Hey YouTube, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I talk about stationery, fountain pens, and books and things related to all those areas. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning back to my channel again. And if you're a subscriber, I love you even more. Thank you so much for all the support. Today's video, I've got a quick update. This big black case here I want to talk about. It will get released in the previous video, and I'll put a link up here in the corner somewhere up there for you guys to take a look at this. But I'm going to go through, we're winding down. It's early November. Hopefully all the hubbub around the election and election fatigue has left people, and hopefully we're in a good place because I'm filming this a little bit before then. But I just want to give you kind of a recap of things around my desk. And I apologize because I'm still waiting on my wireless mics to arrive from my new phone. I still don't have them, so I'm just shooting with the audio from my phone. So hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me take a quick sip of water here. All right. Okay, let's talk about this big case because this will lead into what I was talking about previously. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to have to probably bring my phone up a little bit here. So this case, and yes, I did have to get a case because I don't have space to just kind of leave this out and about, and I don't have any shelving space to put this, but this is my brand new, Canon Ivy that I demoed in my last video. I'm sorry, I said Canon Ivy. I'm so sorry. It's the Selphy. And I absolutely love this. This is going to work out really, really well. I've been trying to do digital prints for the longest time. And this little device here, reasonably priced, but by the time you get done kind of getting the paper and stuff, it's going to bump you up until you get enough paper. Is going to actually be cheaper in the long run. Even cheaper than me using my printer, my regular document printer, because that ink goes through pretty quickly. But this is a little gem of a device. And I want to go into this Selphy a little bit. And I'll show you a couple of pictures that I printed out. It's fairly easy to set up and use. It took me a little bit of time to kind of go through all the things to get it going. But I'm going to plug this in. You get two cables. So you've got this one that connects to the actual power source, and this is the battery bank that you have to plug into the device, and the other cord that is on top of the Selphy right now, you plug it into the wall. So let me get this set up really quickly. And it's fairly straightforward once you do these two things, but you do have to do these two things. So plug one in into the other, and now I'm just plugging it in off camera into the wall outlet. And my wall is a little bit further away than I would like. The plug for this is in the back, so you just plug this into the back of here. You turn the power on, and you have to hold it for just a second. Once you see the Canon show up, then you can release it. This is where the cassette comes in with the paper. This paper cassette has two levels. Level 1, and I'm gonna try to do this, and I'm gonna move this out of the way so you can see this. Level 1 is, and I'm still getting used to this, so I'm not as quick as I would like to be yet. There we go. So it's this end opens up. Put this down, opens up, and you leave this open because that's kind of like your tray device. This snaps in to the Selphy itself. And then you get your app, which unfortunately is already on my phone. But once you get your app set up, and I have an iPhone, but this also supports Android devices, you're gonna send your photos to the Selphy once it connects. So you gotta make sure you connect your device, wireless, Bluetooth, to your phone if you're gonna use your phone device. Or I think you can use it on a laptop, I'm sure you can. And then once it's done and you pick your photos out, the photos will come out of the tray. Let me just bring this down. It's so big I can't get it all in here. It'll come out of the tray like so. And here's a couple of photos that I shot from my trip to Europe recently. And if I can get this other one out, trying not to scratch up my print here. These are what the photo qualities look like of the images that come out. Now, you do probably have to edit your images and the color, and I don't quite have it perfected to a science yet, but you can get labels that have this. This is a postcard size, so this is a 4x6 print. This is as big as it gets, but you can make them smaller, and you can get up to 8 images per postcard with a border around it in between the images is what I'm going to do so that I can cut them next year and use them into my book journal. So I just wanted to let you guys know I really do like this. And you can, as you can see, pick different things that you want to pick. You print, you just kind of, this is not a touchscreen, but you drive the menu this way. You can shuffle your prints around. You have more print options. I think you can do an ID card down here. And let's see here. I'm gonna hit OK. Disconnect all devices before inserting. Oh, so that's another thing that you can do. If you want to use a USB-C or jump drive cable, you can put it in over here on the side as well. So lots of options. Really do like the device. If you like, or if you're a person that likes putting prints and photos in your journals, in your documents, this is a very good device for that kind of thing with a higher quality. The only thing that I have not been able to find yet is 4x6 print paper that has got a sticky backing, but I have no problem gluing these down and they have different formats of the paper. So I don't have the multiple layout, I think they call them photo IDs or labels sheets yet. Those are coming. They should arrive by the time I film next time. But this is the Selphy. So really do like that. I'm going to just shut this off and take this tray out. And the tray kind of just pops out. Oops. Like that. Like so. And then I've got the case as I was showing you. I'll just throw this to the side so I can store it away underneath my desk, because that's about the best place where I can put it right now. So that's the Selphy. Really am enjoying that. Okay, what else is going on? I'm really excited to talk to you guys about Hobonichi and the paper, and it's a lot of discussion. And I decided to think about getting another one of these for either I'm going to use it, well, I'm going to get another one because I've got the Han for 2025, and I'm going to use this one for, I think, journaling, because I like this color, this cover so much that I think I'm going to use this one for my extra journaling, because a lot of times when I'm in my Midori 5-year planner, I only have like about 3 or 4 lines worth of space, and I'm finding that I want to write a little bit more sometimes than 3 or 4 lines a day. So I'm going to use this as my supplemental planner journal, my supplemental journal for 2025. And I'll try to pull out the key stand out and put it in my Midori 5-year journal. But I can also now start to use prints like this. As you can see, the 4x6 is about the size of an A6. I will make smaller images, and then I can actually put them into my daily page if I want to do that. So I'm still going to be using an A6, throw in my bag as a run and gun to do, but this is going to probably stay at home as my journal. And what I was thinking about additionally was I got the 2024 original as a tester. I know that there's only a couple of months in the year, but I wanted to see if I could use this as a health tracker. And I won't show you what I have in here, but I've been testing this for the last few days, and it does take up, or it does let me put in on a daily page all the things that I need to put down for tracking my health. So I'm really excited about that because I can put now on all of one page all my metrics for the day of my health that I'm doing and my workouts and so on and so forth. And if I have any like key doctor medical appointments, I can put them in the reminder square up here. So I'm going to get another one, and that's just going to be strictly health and medical, and I will take that with me when I go to my doctor's appointments going forward. So I'm really excited about that. That worked out really quite well. And lastly, but not least, part of trying to figure out 2025. Okay, so in 2024, I made the mistake, as I've talked about numerous times on the channel, of overbuying in 2024, and I bought just way too much of everything. I'm only going to have one planner, which is going to be the Sterling Ink Common Planner. I've already bought the one for 2025, but I got the N2, which is, oops, it's personal information. It's the weekly with the memo on the side, and I'm going to be using that as my planner, and it's going to probably stay home with me. I'm not going to put the books in the back like I did. I loved the books in the back for this one. I didn't utilize this one nearly as well as I wanted to, but this is going to be the only planner that I have for 2025. I'm going to just buy this one for the entire year. I'm not going to buy a Hobonichi Cousins, another Hobonichi Weeks. I've got set aside planners. The only thing that's kind of specialty niche is my health and fitness, but that's because I'm on a journey with that and I want to document that. Plus I like to take it with me when I go on doctor's appointments. And that's the only thing that's gonna probably kind of be like a regular thing that's always going to be separate inside for me. But my book journaling, I'm not going to do these two things. This was the PAL planner that I tried. I liked it for the most part. It worked out really well. I ended up really liking this one right here, where I was tracking things that I started and when I finished things, so I could kind of see how much I was consuming. The thing that drove me nuts, if I pick one of these out, and then like every week I would, when I started stopped books, I kind of put things into this journal. And that was great for like kind of tracking time over time, but I don't need to quite track my books like this. This one is a much more comprehensive journal. And I did book reviews in here. I basically talked about the books if I wanted to talk about the books, if I wanted to write notes about certain books, especially this is more nonfiction. I wrote notes, but I've always had like my ratings, and I'm sorry for the light. The light is going down slowly but surely here. But the ratings of my books and some of the thoughts that I had about them that I put into Storygraph and Fable, it's all in here. And I started this back in 2023, and I kind of continued it in 2024. But what I did find a little bit frustrating is just all the work and effort that I had to kind of put in. Unlike Plant-Based Bride or other YouTubers who make beautiful spreads and layouts, and really that's their jam, they like to do that kind of thing. This is kind of a hodgepodge between a journal, tracker, and not so much planner, but I probably do want to plan out my TBRs a little bit differently in 2025. I'm going to forego both of these journals, and I'm going to try this one. Now, I reviewed another one. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. I was talking about this one previously, and I liked this journal, but it's missing a couple of things. And mostly what it's missing is they gave me a rating system. Let me zoom into this. They gave me a rating system on the cover, but they didn't give me a place to put a copy of the cover on there. And the cover's not really a driver for me in that regards. I much rather would have liked if they would have done a place for the rating here on the side and just given me a spot to like put an image of what the cover looks like. I mean, why talk about the cover if you can't see it, to me. But I do like some of the other things. They have a rating system down here. All right, much better. I had to get more light. So it talks about down here. Let me just get this here so I can see. You guys can see whether or not I would recommend it. Your thoughts, favorite passages, etc., are on here, but it does not provide. It doesn't really provide a good way to do anything else. So if you just want to get down some really basic information, have allocated space, this is the book for you. And I might still use this book if I run out, but I really, of my other book that I'm getting ready to show you, but I really wanted to continue to look for a pre-made up book journal that had the elements that I was looking for. So without further ado, I was able to see this one, and I think I bought this one, I did buy this one off of Amazon. Let me just get into this without cutting or giving myself a paper cut. Let me just this just came, and I am on the hunt for a pre-made up journal. I did see one. Oops. I didn't realize that there was a QR code on the back of this. I did see one off of Etsy that I really like, but it's made out of Australia. It's made in Australia, and it's quite pricey, although I still might get it because it's beautiful. And if I get it, I'll definitely do a review about it. But this one does 104 books, which I really did like. That was the other thing about trying to find a pre-made up book, was that I really wanted to, sorry, zoomed out too much. I really wanted to be able to get enough books in. I've already read so far this year, and I'm hoping next year to improve upon it. But if I don't, I did 50 books as my limit, or what I thought I could maximally read. I'll probably make it 70 or 75 next year, depending on where I end up this year, if I think my year is going to be similar. But I think 50 is a really good number to hit, and if I exceed that, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with exceeding the number of books. I just want to hit the minimum of something that I think is doable, which I think 50 books is doable. So without further ado, this is by Mind Mellow Book Club. It's called Book Club, my reading journal, 104 books. Beautiful end paper. Oh, it looks like they have, thank you for order, contact us. And then they have a QR code for scanning to get goodies from them, as well as a discount code for the next order. And then they have this as a bookmark. So what I may end up doing after I scan the QR codes, I might laminate this so it doesn't get completely janky over time. And then it has books I read. Oh, this is nice. So this looks like it's a poster. And it is. This is really cool. I might just kind of leave this. I'm not going to put it on a wall or anything like that, but I might, in 2025, I might, this is cool. It's two-sided. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So I'm assuming if it's 104, maybe they had 52 on one side and 52 on the other. I will not use your time to count how many are on here, but this is great. And I might color code my books next year, like, by genre, nonfiction and fiction. So then there's an About Me section. Now I need to zoom in so that you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm trying to zoom in and zoom out appropriately so that you can get all the detail. So there's that. And then there's, again, the inlay, or the front pages. Again, this is kind of replication of the bookmark a little bit. They have a calendar, And I think they do have a calendar to keep track, they say, of new releases, book events, book club meetings, and due dates, or returning borrowed books from the library. So that's kind of cool. I think here is probably stuff about making reading part of your goal or part of your routine. Always have a book in hand, choosing a book, and then setting your goal is here. Setting your goal for the year and share your reading. Okay, great. So now they have a bookshelf again in this page, which is fantastic. And then it's your wish list. So you have a my wish list. Trying to get this so it really gives you a better idea of light-wise. Book title, author, is it in the shopping cart? I don't know what the forward and back are. This is marking finished, so I'm thinking that this is marking you've started it or you've bought it. So yes, here's the there's a legend at the bottom. So this is you own it, you started it, you finished it. And you just kind of tick that off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Nope. There's 2 pages for the wish list, and then there's 2 pages of to be read. And then this is really cool. They have a book series tracker for all of us who are doing fantasy, because a lot of fantasy and sci-fi are book series. And then they have books that became film adaptations, so you can write that in if that's your jam. There's a daily book tracking graph that's here. They have a book tracker over here. They have a genre tracker, which I think is kind of cool. So they have novel, fantasy, crime, self-help, humor, thriller, nonfiction, biography, and I guess you've got 2 other slots. So like, let's say you're into manga or comics or autobiographies. So there's that. And then they have a great book of the year chart review so that you can kind of say, after the year 2025, the book of the year for you was X book. I think that's fantastic. So you can kind of narrow it down. Then they have 2-page spread of your favorite quotes. Oh, I love this one. Bookstores that you've gone to and keeping track. Especially if you like to travel and go to bookstores, sometimes you'll go, I was in Portland, I went to X bookstore, where was it? So you can figure out where you went to in Portland, Oregon, or, Maine, or New York City, or wherever it is in the United States or the world that you go and you check out a bookstore. Then you have books that you've borrowed, books you've lent out. The borrowed is great. I wish they would have, if you're a heavy public library user, you might want more than just 1 page. So I guess if you don't lend a lot of your books, you can just kind of scratch that out and say you've borrowed it. But they do have like pointers going in and out, so I guess that's supposed to help you. Then there's a reading playlist, which is very cool when you're an audiobook person or Audible. But not enough pages here, because I know for me, I did quite a bit more Audible books at the end of the year. I tend to do them now. I listen to them when I'm cleaning my house or even just taking a walk, so I'm kind of consuming content. So it would have been nice to have more than 1 page, I would say. Then you've got reading favorites, your reading favorites by genre, authors, characters, topics, and then you can put these into a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. And then they have a book bingo. And I really like this idea of a book bingo, but I think before I start writing in it for 2025, I might copy this page just so that I can have it, because if I get done with 20 books in the year and I want to do a book bingo, I might want more than 1. So I would say for some of these pages, if you've got a limited number and you're really loving it, you might want to copy it before you start writing in it, just so you have it extra. There's reading challenges here. And this one is, if you're having trouble coming up with your next read, try this challenge. Find a book that starts with each of the letters and read yourself through the alphabet. So that's great, A through Z. Okay, so emotions and environment. There's a mindfulness exercise. This is really nice. Meditations, environments, you can write notes. And then if there's a month, by the day, there's events, publications, and book trackers. So if you're waiting for, let's say in January, you're looking for book events, release dates, you can put that stuff in here. There's a yearly track page here, which has books you want to read, a reading goal, to-do list. You can review books read, pages read, book of the month, flop of the month, and then there's extra spaces for notes. And I think this continues for all 12 months. I'm thinking that you're going to get 12 months of these. So I think this is for every month of the year. You get a page for this, which is nice. So there's that. Then it goes to a reading journal index. Now this is not where I'm best at, which is kind of keeping track of where my things are, but they have the pages numbered in every corner of the book. So you have more than enough there. They give you 4 pages for the reading journal. And then you start to have your book review, which this is what I was looking for. So you can say what book number it is. There's a space here for the book cover, which again, these little puppies will be flying into for my selfie. And what this other book I didn't see in the other book, and what I had a hard time keeping track in my own journals, and I started doing it towards the end of the journal when I was running out of pages, was how I consumed the content. So was it a physical book? Was it a Kindle book, or whatever the equivalent is on Android? Did you listen to it? And then a 5-star rating system. Fiction and nonfiction connotations are here. Suspense, writing, author, genre, started, publication, pages, and then finished are here, and then more information. So if you wanted to put down, the published date, or the, publication is the publisher, I think. And questions I would like to ask the author, or a question I would like to ask the author, your favorite quote, and then your thoughts and notes are on this page. And then would I recommend this book, and to whom would I recommend this book to? A yes, no. What I took away from this book, if anything at all, you can write that there. And then this continues for 104, because you have 104 book reviews until the very end. This is very well thought out. I really do like this. And then you have your statistics page, which I would just go into Storygraph and probably pull this down on the books I read, the pages I read. And I think this is cumulative totals for the year. The book of the month, you can do your little graphing here. Your averages of pages per book come down here. Your shortest book, your longest book, your ratings overall for your statistics, your genres overall. You can do this. Nationality, I absolutely love. I've actually been trying to keep track of all of the authors, especially this year, because I've been reading people from all over the globe. Kind of like, are you one-sided and you just tend to stick to US-based authors, or are your authors from around the world? And that just kind of helps on one's world life perspective. And then general overall notes page is what you hit here, and you have 4 pages of that, and then it's done. So this is going to be absolutely hands down for me the #1 reading journal for me for 2025. I will be utilizing this journal. I will put the link of this down below in my descriptions. But that's all I have for today. I just wanted to kind of get back to you guys on kind of shoring up 2025's notebooks. So right now I'm keeping track of 1 reading journal, this one planner, which is it's going to be my sterling ink that was in this, and my health my health tracker, which is going to probably be a Hobonichi A6, and then my Han for additional notes or daily journaling on a longer form for me. And I'm still working on the last year. 2025 will be the last year of the 5-year journal book that I have from Midori. So I'm going to have all in all 5 books to keep track of, and I think this last year I had more like 8 or 9, which was just crazy ridiculous. And this is going to probably be a lot for me as well. But if I can get down, maybe getting my journaling into this into version and take out the books, I might end up trying to do that again, because I really do want to like narrow down my planner to just one book other than my health and fitness, just because that stuff is ongoing all the time. All right, that's it for me. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. And happy 2024 end, last quarter, last couple of months. This is going to get published, I think, right before Thanksgiving. So I'm going to wish you guys a good holiday season as well. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.